Okay, this is I call it a miler. I think it's a knockoff miler, but basically it's like a low port correction bit. This is what I like him in. This is my second choice, I should say. Super short shank. He doesn't need leverage. All right. Now, if you want more brakes, use the chain, and if it's a speed event, then you're going to want to use like a leather strap. All right, Marilyn, this is the bit that we've been using for Merida. She, basically this is a full cheek snaffle, so it doesn't pull through her mouth. It's got a little bit of a twist. The twist I don't think is necessary, but if you have that available to you, great. Just a snaffle so you can use the two hands like we were talking about. All right, and so if you need to get on from the ground or from a fence or something, I just want to show you that you don't have to micromanage her. I can ignore her, climb the fence, get situated, and then wherever you end up, if you put your hand up and I kind of waggle my fingers, if nothing happens, I cluck. There you go. As soon as she's making an effort, I take the cue away. Okay, that was an effort, a little one. There we go. And then one more step and she's perfect. Good. And once she's here, I've been working on her keeping herself still. Obviously, you still hold your reins, but for showing you that I'm not holding her in place, I'm not going to, but you make sure you do. But we've just been working so that she can be a little more stable for you. And I'm not using my stirrup, I'm just leaning over and to get on that way. So, should you need to use that, that's how that works. We've also been working on getting off onto the mounting block. So I'll do that real quick and then I'll show you how we've been practicing getting on. Alright, so I want to come in a little bit wider here so that I can just get her right up where I need her. If she is in like at a bad angle where you're too far away, you can push her towards the mounting block with your outside leg. She lined up just perfect for me here because we've been practicing on that. And then I'm just going to lean and reach. And again, I'm not holding the reins to show you that we've been working, right? I'm not holding her here and I can get off. I'm hoping you guys, or I think you said at your boarding farm you have a little bit bigger step that's a little bit taller, so that'll help you out too. She's saying hi. All right, so from this position, now let's go. I'll show you how we've been getting on her and practicing. We've been spending a lot of time with that. All right, so I'll just lead her in a circle as if I'm just coming up to the mounting block. Now you can use the same technique that we did on the fence and ask her to come to you if you want. That can get time consuming. So for this purpose, so I'll line her and I'll whoa. All right, and then I'll get my blocks situated exactly where I want it. I'm being loud, I'm not sneaking it around. We don't have to hold her here, she's doing that herself, okay? I'll throw the rein up, okay, show you I'm not holding her here. She's like, what are you doing, Megan? So I'm gonna be noisy. You don't wanna have to sneak up your mounting block. If you sneak up the mounting block, she'll say, what is wrong with her, and move. So make sure that you're not encouraging her to move away by being sneaky. All right. So we're doing a lock up here and leaning. If you need to do anything, remember she was throwing her head up because she was bracing from the old owner. So this is not happening anymore, see? All right, so we can do this. And then I've been practicing kind of doing things slower and harder just to practice and get her used to everything she's going to need to do. Now I got a big fat saddle pad on, so my saddle's lifting a little bit. All right, so now I'll go ahead and get on, and I'm going to do it super slow. All right, and notice you got kicked in the face last time, remember? So she's doing real good with not throwing her head up. All right, and then I drug my foot all the way over her butt. Okay, and then just to show you again how the getting off is going to, and notice we're not holding on to her or anything. All right, so this is what you would do. Grab up here, right? And then I'm going to kick her in the butt again and find my block like that. Okay? And I kind of put my toe into her on purpose, just trying to get her used to what it's going to feel like as you're learning to get on more fluidly. All right, so here she is. I'll get on her, and then we will do some more side passing and whatnot. Oh, look, she moved. So I want to get on now, so I'll demonstrate. So I'll just raise my hand. As soon as she moves, I stop the cue, because otherwise she just thinks I'm silly. Okay. All right, so she's confused, right? Because we know she knows what to do, so she's not sure. So if this happens, hold the end. I hold the end of my rein. I use these split reins. See how that just cleared it right up in her mind? She's like, oh, okay. And all I'm doing is just tapping the saddle. If she ignored me, I could smack the saddle hard and say, hey, get your hiney over here. Come on. So she's being a little stubborn. If I actually tap her where she stopped moving on her hip, she'll move her hip. There it is. And then when she does it, of course, I leave her alone. All right, so I'll show you how we've been working on the side passing. Again, I'm grabbing hold, taking a long time, kicking her in the butt again on the way, and leaning forward. All right, and if the head tossing comes back, you might want to look, or just make sure you get a really good fitting saddle, because I think that's what caused the problem. All right, get around here. So for the side pass, I'm going to have contact with the bit so that she knows not to go forward, and then I'm going to kind of lean opposite slightly of the direction that I want to go. So I'm going to go that way first. So I'm leaning slightly, my hands tell her not to go forward, and then see how this rein, I call it a leading rein, that rein's telling her which direction to go, and I'm using my leg. But notice I have to keep the brakes on, if you will, or the parking brake on, so that she knows I don't want forward movement, I only want sideways movement. All right, so now I'm going to go the other direction. Let me tip her a little so you can see. All right, so now I'm going to go that direction, so I'm going to sit on this side of my saddle. My leading rein tells her where to go. And then I just kind of am pushing her this way. When I was learning it, I was taught to always look the direction that I'm going, because that helps you remember to lean the opposite direction. All right, so here's the side pass. And you mentioned that it was for opening gates. So she's fine with that. We've actually done that to the gates. So she should know exactly what you mean. Think what else? We did the head tossing and the canter. We've been working at the canter. I haven't warmed her up. I just climbed on her, so let me trot her around for a minute and show you how she's steering, and then we'll go to do some cantering. Warm her up at the trot really quick, and I'll be sitting the trot like you had me do when you came to try her, so you can see how smooth she is. So I'll do that, and then I'll show you her canter. I'll go up here and canter for you. Okay, so I've been thinking about it. I wanted to show you how she works in this bit. I think it's probably going to be a little bit too much power for you right now, but at least if I show it to you, then you and your trainer can maybe decide together. She's just very responsive to this. It's just a low port miler correction bit. I'll show you a picture of it when we're done. Basically, we're training her response to be to lower her head. And in fact, I think we showed her to you in this bit. And remember, she was putting her head up when you would pull the brakes. Well, she didn't understand it. So now, when I put the brakes on, see, the head drops immediately. But it's going to be important to make this a permanent habit. It's going to be important that every time she lowers her head, you release the pressure. That gets rid of this putting her nose up in the air thing. So I'll show you how she goes in this. It's actually really nice, and you don't have to do much, unless you plan on going to the gym and getting big guns. This is the way you'll probably want to end up. I really enjoy her in this bit. Good. You're back. Yeah. Back. Good girl. Yeah, back. Back. Good. So even though the backup is not the best quality right now, she's not going back very fast, because she's doing it with her head down, I'm accepting that right now. And you can raise the standard as you go along. So as you can see, she's got a whole lot softer brakes, a whole lot softer steering. The neck rein, it's not super automatic. I'm still using my leg, but if she were to continue in this vein for a little while, she would just feel just like a quarter horse, and you could neck rein her around here real easy. She likes this bit, but again, make sure your hands are ready for it. Talk to your trainer, and then your trainer, I'm sure, will get on her and she'll tell you what she thinks too, but that's what the two that we've been using the most. All right, enjoy your new horse.